Hey folks, this is a little mini report for the month of October 2018, specific to the lunations, the lunar cycles, and Venus making its station retrograde in Scorpio and its passage backward through the sign of Scorpio. Some important stuff going on. So today is October 8th, and we have a new moon today at 15 Libra. Now, what's important about this particular new moon is that it is occurring just after a Venus station. But more importantly, it's at 15 Libra, which is the beginning of a section of degrees in the zodiac called the Via Combusta, or the burning way. So with a new moon on the beginning of this passage through the burning way, there's an indication that we are heading into not everybody, but some people are heading into a bit of a passage right now that is trials by fire. So revenge and eye for an eye and a pound of flesh, all of these themes are very big deals for some people right now. Okay. Now, this is further corroborated by Venus, which disposits that new moon station retrograde in Scorpio. Venus retrograde in Scorpio, we went through this in the October horoscope, is a very sensitive position. People are really sensitive to slights and insults and offenses, and people are really like putting on their battle gear to, defend the territory or whatever. Like, oh my God. So people are going to dig in more. What is the word I'm looking for? People are going to dig in more violently and earnestly and passionately, like literally as if, which butter you buy for the toast that they use is like a matter of life and death. Some of these battle lines can seem like it's drawn over some really petty stuff, but when you find yourself in these conflicts or confrontations or on like the receiving end of somebody's battle spear, the thing to do to neutralize the situation as much as possible and get a productive resolution is going to be taking a step, trying not to get sucked into it. Take a step back, take a breath, and then ask yourself, like, what's really on the table here? Like, what are they really fighting about? Because it couldn't possibly be this, right? And remember and understand that not everybody has the ability to articulate clearly or well, especially when something is very personally sensitive for them. So there may be some of that also because Venus is a retrograde in Scorpio, and we've got this excuse my language, new moon at 15 Libra in the burning way. It could also be a case of kick the dog syndrome. You, unfortunately, may be the unfortunate and unwitting recipient of somebody's anger and frustration about something else. Literally, this has nothing to do with you, but you're getting kicked for it anyway. Doesn't make it right or acceptable. But if you think this is the case, it's also not a bad idea to call them on it and to make them aware of what they're doing, without starting a war. Good luck with that. So that's what we have. Now, the other thing that makes this particular new moon particularly heavy for some folks is the fact that this new moon is squaring Pluto in Capricorn tight, like within 3 degrees. So feeling it. People who have planets anywhere around 15 to 18 degrees, a couple of degrees forward or backwards. So you can go as early as 12 and as far back as 21, 22. In cardinal signs, which would be Aries, Libra, Capricorn, Cancer. These are the people who are really going to be feeling the pointy end of a stick. And if it's not external circumstances and other people that are causing this, it may be their own internal dialogue or psychological machinations that are kind of driving this. With Mercury at 27 degrees Libra at the same time that this new moon is happening, squaring Pluto, some people may very well literally feel like they're psychologically at the end of the rope. So if this is you, understand that everything is extreme and intensified and looks bleak because there's a whole lot that you can't see right now. New moons hide things, okay, depending on which side of it you're on. So you may feel like there's no way out or there's no way that this is going to improve and this is all it's ever going to be, but understand that your perspective is very skewed right now and very limited. There's a lot you're not seeing in terms of how the future is going to open up and change. So don't jump off the bridge yet. Just hang in there for a couple of days, call a friend, get some fresh air, go do something healthy and uplifting or at least grounding. until we can get through the next couple of days. And this will go on for a couple of days. So understand it about yourself. For those people who are a little bit more fragile or unstable psychologically or emotionally, it's the same advice. Like, just know that all of the stuff that typically winds you up or sets you off or kind of gets you going around in circles, like, it's really like whipped up right now. So be gentle with yourself, manage yourself as best you can. Mental health is very important, and just get through the next couple of days. We're not seeing everything. This is not, everybody across the board, it's a very skewed vision of what's going on, and we're very limited in what we're being allowed to see, because this is a new moon in the Via Combusta, and it is squaring Pluto, and Mercury is in those last degrees of Libra, which is holding back some information. Things are going to change very, very quickly, so just hang in there. Okay. Now, the other thing is that Venus does disposits this new moon. So Venus is the ruler of the new moon. Venus is under siege as well because it is squaring Mars. So Venus has been squaring Mars for quite some time. This has not been a happy place for it. And Venus almost got under the wire and got away from this, right? And got some breathing room from this constant onslaught from Mars, or this lack of cooperation and this constant feeling like you're being persecuted, attacked by Mars, because, Mars is a pushy planet. Mars is all about what Mars wants. But Venus has, over our heads in the sky, Venus has stationed, and now it's going backwards, which means that Venus is being dragged back or running back to the battlefield, and the confrontations and the conflicts and the unresolved issues that we have been having with Mars until now. So think back. So we got a 2-degree difference here. Venus stationed at 10. So go back a couple of weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks backwards from today. And these are the things that are going to be revisited. And from now moving forward for the next 2 weeks, we're not going to get a lot of break from this. So don't panic. That's not a bad thing. What this actually means is this is a second chance. So whatever this is an opportunity for us to go back and re-examine, reevaluate, and reconsider a better way to get the job done. Okay. Because nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. And when you dig in too deeply on your side of something, you make it impossible for you to see all the other information that may not fit your personal narrative. It's the same way with the person who's opposing you, right? So we're all going to go through this. So now's a good time to take a step back and reevaluate what we're actually looking at, okay? And find a better way to get the job done. So there's that. Now, with this said, the other thing I wanted to say, the other thing is, interestingly enough, and here's the thing, like, here's the secret in the sauce that you can't see. Venus, which deposits the new moon and station, is doing all the stuff, like literally taking us through taking us through the process, through the month of October, as far as really reevaluating and really taking a hard look at things, and most especially ourselves, right? The truths we tell ourselves, or the lies we tell ourselves, and how, at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, will any of this matter to you? Like, what is the essential truth here? So that Venus, that lovely, deep psychotherapy, get honest with yourself and right with Jesus Venus, is conjuncting the Mercury-Jupiter midpoint. This means that hidden in the rubble, deep down inside all this muck and mess that you're going to feel like you're up to your nose in, right? As far as swamp water. In there is hidden the secret to your salvation. The thing that will save you. The thing that will save you is up here, and it has a lot to do with what your beliefs and your principles are, and how expansive and open and faith-based your priorities and directions are in life. And I don't mean values and faith and priorities and directions as they are imposed on other people. That's not what this is about. This is not about the ruling religion and, I'm a righteous person and you suck. Like, it's not like that. This is very much about finding, it's like the riddle of the Sphinx. It's about finding the essential truth about your personal nature and who you are and why you're doing what you're doing, and operating from a place of truth with yourself. Because once you do that, nothing can hurt you. What is it? There's an African proverb: when there's no enemy within, there can be no enemy without. So this, deep inside all of this crap that we got to get through, there's a huge payoff involved if you can do the work and get there. So do the work. Do the work. Now, here's the thing, right? Because, just couldn't get any better. After this, like, it's going to be kind of like more of a chafing, irritating, hypersensitive, like, kind of month, right? It's just thank God, there's just not a whole lot of huge, like, social explosions going on. Like, we need a rest. We really need a rest. But we're not through the woods yet. We're literally not out of the woods yet. So come October 24th, we will have a full moon. Now, here's where things are going to get dicey. That full moon is going to involve Uranus and Venus, okay? And Venus, again, will disposit the moon, right? So, again, this Venus retrograde in Scorpio is still, like, we're not getting away from it. We've got to deal with these issues in ourselves, so that we can improve the quality, which is a very Venus thing, of our lives, as well as our relationships, which is also very Venus. So we will have a Moon-Uranus conjunction opposing Sun and Venus on the 24th. That's a heck of a full moon. So there's a whole lot of stuff that we're going to be dealing with, whether we want to or not, right? So it's what they call a crisis full moon. Like, it's crap, it's hitting the fan. Now, this does not have to be awful. It will not be easy, but it does not have to be awful. This particular full moon, along with the Uranus involvement and the Venus retrograde involvement, again, repeating what we had with the new moon right now, it will also be squaring the nodes. So I would look for some type of natural event or major mass, incident, to really kind of like put the cherry on the top of the sundae for this particular set of aspects at the end of the month. So we may see some major issues with large groups of people or masses of people or mass transit, things of that nature, and tunnels and trains, because Scorpio, and Taurus, land, masses, real estate. But we don't know. We'll see. And I'm not putting a lot of energy into making those kinds of predictions, because this is literally, as far as you and I are concerned, this is about getting through the damn day. No matter what's going on out there, every day we're here, we've got to get through our lives, and we've got to be able to get through it being okay with ourselves. So that's why we're not putting a lot of energy in that right now about the lunation at the end of the month. So at the same time, this lunation, here's the good news. At the same time, this particular lunation, which is filled with all sorts of cataclysmic, fated events, right? Things that people just can't get out of. Like, when you came into this world and took your first breath, you signed on for this program, and this is part of your thing. Like, you and a whole bunch of other people, agreed to be a participant in this event. That's what we're looking at with this particular full moon at the end of the month. But the good news is that those planets, the Sun and Uranus, and the Sun and Venus and the Moon and Uranus, are all making really positive aspects to Saturn. Beautiful, wonderful Saturn in Capricorn, which rules wisdom and common sense and doing the right thing and integrity and all the things that are hard won and well worth doing the work for. So there is an opportunity for us to not only be galvanized, okay, and finally make breaks with toxic ways of thinking and doing things in our personal relationships and in the world, but it also is an opportunity to really get to a place of value in terms of what really matters when you can't take everything with you from the burning building. Like, what things will you take? Okay, so this is our Saturn. We can't have everything we want. So the few things that we can get, what are the most important ones, right? And those you'll find, like, your ability to prioritize and really understand what's really important to you and why. Those are the things that absolutely say a lot about where you're at with yourself. So this full moon at the end of the month is really going to drive the point home about our personal development and where we're at, but it'll be a good one. It won't be easy, but it'll be good. Now, at the same time, this full moon at the end of the month, we also will have a Mercury-Jupiter conjunction. So remember, think about this. At the beginning of the month, Venus, which just went retrograde and disposits the new moon that we're under right now, which is squaring Pluto, making it kind of like pokey, right? People are really having their buttons pushed. They're deep, sensitive, like nobody knew that. How did you know that? Like, how dare you dig around and pry my personal, whatever, like those kind of buttons. Mercury, Jupiter, midpoint. Venus is sitting right there on that Mercury, Jupiter midpoint. And look at this. We get to the end of the month, this full moon, Mercury and Jupiter are out in the open and they're conjunct. So all the seeds, listen to me carefully. This is important. I'm telling you, there's a gift hidden in here, but you're going to have to work because it's not going to be given to you. And this window will only open once. This Mercury, Jupiter midpoint right now under this new moon, with all this crap that's going on, everything that's being thrown at you that you're finding yourself dragged into, all the kicking and screaming and gnashing of teeth and the, oh my God, I hate my life. I want to die. And Jesus, there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with the world. All of these things that are creating this incredible sense of discontent and dissatisfaction and just despairing that you might find yourself dealing with right now. Go deeper. Go deeper. Those stormy waters you're thrashing about in right now, go deeper. And they'll tell you with swimmers, it's the same thing. When you're out in rough water, like go deeper, go deeper. So right now, while all this is going on, for you to find the real hidden treasure that they're trying to get you to, life is trying to guide you to find this thing so you can save yourself. But it's not an external thing. It's something that has to be developed within yourself. It's a way of thinking, a way of seeing things, a way of having faith. It has to be an internal combustion. Something in you has to change and like flip over and go to that place. You have to pull this up and develop this within yourself. And it's only going to happen through adversity. Okay. So Venus, which is helping to create all of this, is also sitting on that Mercury, Jupiter midpoint, which is telling you this is where the secret is. This is where the seed is planted. This thing, you can't see it yet, but how you see things, how you do things, how you handle these situations, how willing you are to go inside yourself and do the work, because it's Venus retrograde in Scorpio. This will determine whether you get anything from this that will literally change the course of your life. Okay. And then we get to the end of the month. We've got this explosive, like crap on the table, like there's no denying it, all sorts of stuff. And Mercury and Jupiter, the seed that was planted with this new moon, is now coming to fruition. So for those of you who do the work, when we get to the end of the month, take your time through the whole month to do this. But when we get to the end of the month, you're going to be able to breathe easier. I promise you. You're going to be able to breathe easier. You're going to have clarity. Things are going to make sense. There's going to be a context within which your life makes sense, because you're going to have the internal tools you're going to need to move forward, because it's not about that stuff out there. It's about who you are and who you've become in here. So this whole month is about figuring it out and seeing for yourself. Who am I? Who am I really? And what is the secret? What is the key to my salvation? You're only going to find it in the midst of adversity. So, I wanted to share that with you. This is very important. This is a heck of a full moon. But it's a sneaky one, because it's all the internal stuff, and the beauty is in the mystery and the hidden riddle, because the solution and the treasure, the huge treasure that's only going to be given to a few. This is why it's hidden. Comes at the end of the month of full moon. Okay. So if you're going through it right now, keep going, keep the faith, and understand that you're not seeing everything. There's a lot you're going to go through right now. And if you're in stormy waters, emotionally or psychologically or financially or whatever, like dive deeper, like get down below the noise, go deeper in yourself, because that's where they want you to go. They don't want you tossing around up front. They're trying to drive you down deeper, because that Mercury Jupiter midpoint is at the bottom. That's where the seed is being planted. They want you to get to that. And you can't get to that unless you develop it in yourself. Because come the end of the month, when that Mercury and Jupiter come together during that full moon, okay, we're going to revisit this, but the opportunity to get your gold star, to get your promotion, psychically and otherwise, your merit badge, right? For those of you who were scouts when you were younger, your opportunity to get your merit badge, if you earned it, if you worked for this, if you did the work this entire month after this new moon heading into that full moon, you'll get it then. So that's it, my friends. Hang in there. Talk to you soon. Bye.